mitochondria. Now I'm just gonna tell you some things about me and tell you why you should vote for me. Now, first of all, not many of you know this. Some of you maybe do, but I was once my own living cell. And what that means is I have experience actually running a cell, unlike many of my other opponents. I also have my own DNA, which the nucleus has. It has its own DNA. And if you want to be the leader of the cell, you kind of have to have those things. I also generated ATP. And what ATP is, basically, I'm going to tell you the structure, and then we'll tell you the function. ATP, it's a ribose sugar with the nucleotide adenine and a triphosphate group. And what ATP does, it provides cell for the reactions needed in making other proteins and all these other kind of things. And we, as the mitochondria, we have our own ribosomes, right? So we know how to deal already with ribosomes. We have our own. And with those ribosomes, we make our own enzymes and proteins. And like I said before, with the ATP, we make our own ATP as well. Which means with the DNA we already have, and the ribosomes, and all these other things, we can basically run the cell. And with the ATP and the DNA, we can make our own RNA. So we can instruct the ribosomes in the cell to do what the nucleus would do. We are the best candidate for that. And
Question.
Yes?
Why is the Golgi apparatus not the best candidate?
Well, there's a certain disease that affects the Golgi apparatus, and what happens is the Golgi apparatus can't function as well as it used to, and achondrogenesis happens and affects the bone development of infants, and it's just a very nasty disease. It's not a good thing.
I have a question.
Yes.
What about the lysosome?
Oh, the lysosome is horrible. If the lysosome were to pop off and blow itself up, and if it released all the enzymes it had inside of itself on the cell, it would literally eat the cell up from the inside. It would make the cell commit suicide.
Question. The endoplasmic reticulum, right here. Why wouldn't I be a good candidate?
Well, there's another disease that affects the endoplasmic reticulum that affects the neurons. And what happens with the disease is the endoplasmic reticulum, as it processes the proteins, it actually unfolds the proteins and releases it to other cells and among the neurons, and it causes a bunch of neurological diseases, which can cause many nasty diseases like Alzheimer's among humans and all kinds of things like that. So yeah.
So that's why you're the best candidate there is.
Yes, I'm the best candidate there is.
Any last speech?
For my opponent, the cell membrane that isn't here right now, he's not a good candidate for running for office either. He's just a wall. And I don't mean that in any derogatory ways. I literally mean he is just a wall. He just separates from the outside from the inside. He just makes sure nothing comes in and out that's not supposed to come in or out. And that's all he is. He's just a glorified gatekeeper.
Is this the biggest diss of all time?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
To be continued. Now, what is one thing you ask the other organelles to do for their cell?
I asked them if they can actually run the cell. Can they run the cell? Do they have their own DNA to inhibit protein creation through ribosomes? Do they have the ability to create ATP, to energize the cell? Do they have experience being a cell? No, they don't. I do. I was once my own cell, but I decided to join this cell.
That's enough time.
And one last thing I want to add is, it's not what the cell can do for you. It's what you can do for yourself.
I kind of stopped it.